Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, being joined here in Saudi Arabia with Bob Arum, the chairman of Top Rank. A lot of topics I want to touch on with you, Bob, but first I just want to get to your reaction and your perspective of Showtime exiting boxing. I know it was rumored and it didn't come to a surprise, but what do you make of it?
Well, I'm really saddened by it, but it has really nothing to do with boxing. Showtime and Paramount need scripted television because streamers really rely on scripted television. Why? Because a boxing match that you pay a lot of money for is over. It's one night and then it's over. A scripted television is not over after it shows, and they can sell it down the line for money, and it's much more economic for scripted television. Now, unlike an ESPN, which still relies on live sports for viewership.
Is this going to affect the sport in a negative way, them exiting another network not showing boxing now?
No, because my hope is that there'll be entities that pick up the cudgels, and there'll be other homes for the sport of boxing. Boxing has always been linked with television, over-the-air television. We're fortunate that our fights go on ESPN, but they also are streamed on ESPN+. I think that promoters will find homes in other areas. So, again, it's a setback for boxing that Showtime has dropped out, but it's not unexpected, and the boxing will recover from it, and I think come back stronger.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of fans are hoping that the sport does come back stronger, but it is, worrisome to many seeing, network after network, especially, HBO started it at first, and then, Showtime, and it just leaves people wondering, like, the status of boxing on the other networks, seeing that all these networks are cutting a lot of things.
Well, if HBO, when they stopped doing boxing, if they instead went into televising other sports, then there would be troublesome. Same with Showtime. But no, they've stopped doing live entertainment, live sports, because that's not their business. There will be entities out there where live sports is their business, and boxing will find a home with those entities.
Now, speaking of Top Rank's current deal with ESPN, I know it's set to be due in 2025. There's no worries there that they're also going to be cutting boxing program in the future?
No, because again, ESPN is a live sports network. I mean, you see what happened when they had to renew the contract with the SEC. They didn't curtail it. They didn't stop it. They expanded it because a network like ESPN needs as much live sports as they can get.
If they do go to another network, I know it's rumored they might end up on DAZN, or they're at least talking to DAZN and talking to Amazon Prime. Does it make fights with any of your fighters any more difficult with them signing with the new network?
We have no problem. We've never had a problem. Oscar De La Hoya, who puts fights on DAZN, has this welterweight Rocha, and when he came calling to us for Santione, who's done most of his fights with us, and asked if Santione could fight Rocha on DAZN, we said, of course, no problem. It was a good fight, and our guy came out ahead. Same with Oscar's fights. Oscar does programming for DAZN, but if we need a fight that Oscar promotes, We've done many of them on ESPN. The idea that you can't go to another network to have your fight, we don't agree to that. I mean, it just that hurts the sport.
But it would be difficult, right? Like for a marquee fighter, say like a Shakur, like could we see him go to DAZN to fight a Haney or a Ryan, or vice versa? Like it does get a little harder with those special talents.
Those are pay-per-view fights, and there, you would want if let's assume it was a DAZN fighter and a top-ranked fighter. You would want both of them to show it on pay-per-view. So that's easy. That's just sitting down and working out the logistic. For example, if Ryan Garcia fights Teofimo Lopez, both networks will be involved. I mean, that's not, we've had that experience before with bigger networks like at that time, like HBO and Showtime, with Mayweather-Pacquiao.
We are here in Saudi for this fight with Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou, but the undisputed fight is signed. Is there any updates as to exactly when the official date for that fight, and if there's going to be a series of fights, more than one fight between them?
Well, we have to, very frankly, see what happens Saturday night. If Fury wins and is unscathed, then the plan is to do Fury and Usyk here in December 23rd. If there's an injury of some kind, then it'll probably be in February or March before Ramadan.
Okay, I'm getting the wrap up, Bob. I know I'll get more time with you later in the week. Good seeing you as always. Appreciate it. Here with the Bob Father, Marcos Viegas, Fight Up TV.